Good morning, children. I welcome you all to today's session of English literature. And today we will be dealing with the notes of the first poem of your reverie, which is the Darkling Thrush. And who is the poet of this poem? It's Thomas Hardy, right? Now we all know that thrush is a bird. It's a very small bird which produces a very shrill noise. Now, darkling thrush, why word darkling was used? So dark means andhera, we all know, and darkling means somebody who breaks it, right? Who breaks it. So here the poet in the beginning is in a very sadistic or pessimistic kind of mood. He's and the entire atmosphere is created as if the mood of the poet is like that, and then he suddenly hears the sound of this bird, and that sound and the condition of the bird motivates him that if this small bird can in such a situation can do this, then I can do it much better, right? So here, now in your course, for the reverie and ecos part, you are supposed to take care of or solve the long answers, right? Long answers, each one of 16 marks, right? So 16 marks question refers to 16 key points which necessarily should be there in your answer to make it substantial, right? And that demonstrate that your answer should be lengthy. It should cover all the essential points of the poem or the question which is related to the poem. There can be elements of critical appreciation which can be added to it. There can be elements of theme or the poetic devices which are being used. It can cover anything or everything. Both the ways it can go. So, a comprehensive study, you need not to go line by line, word by word, right? But what you need to do is you need to study comprehensively everything, right? So let us take care of the first question. Let us see how this question goes on. How has Thomas Hardy depicted nature in the poem The Darkling Thrush? Right, this is the question. And now see, there are certain hints which are given, right? The hints which are there. And now see, let us go to the answer. In the poem The Darkling Thrush, poet Thomas Hardy has presented a dull, bleak picture of grey, cold, frosty winter, causing which causes depression in the poet. Right? See, there are few words: a dull, bleak picture of a grey, cold, frosty winter. This is very important here because these are the words of the poem. Right? These are the words of the poem. Now, just before that, you saw that in pink, lots of things were written here. These are also points which you can add in your answer. Right? Now, whatever is written there is beyond it. This, there might be certain things common to it, but these are some extra points because you need an answer of 16 marks. You don't need an answer of 2, 3, 4 marks. So it should be lengthy. So here the poet causes depression in the poet. He has depicted nature that it is cold and cruel and indifferent to the problem existence of human race. Means the cold has no sense about the problem which the humans are facing. The cold frost was spectre grey. See, the yellow marking has been done to those words which are there in the poem. And winter dregs represent passing away of old century Victorian age, right? So, so here a transition of era, passing away Victorian age has also been highlighted, right? So it's dullness everywhere, and nobody is knowing what to do. So it's such a scene has been depicted. The frost sitting, sun, barren landscape of winters, snow, loss of hope, and show loss of hope and faith of the poet as he is forced to face the modern age. From Victorian age, there is a transfer towards modern age, right? So it's total ignorance. Poet is not knowing what to do, how to go about, into this modern age, what to do. And that modern age is of industrial revolution in England. See, this is the modern age of industrial revolution in England, and there is use of metaphors and similes due to it to compare the Victorian age with the new machine age. First, the century's corpse outlined, it's a metaphor, it's a comparison of old century to be a dead body. The tangled pine stems snowed the sky like strings of broken lyres. Poet compares the broken leaf branches of trees as broken musical instruments which used to prevail in the previous age, but which are not there. Thus, the poet Thomas Hardy has a de-romanticized nature by taking away the vigor of renewal and rebirth from it. Also, the thrush is aged, frail, gaunt, small with blast beruffled plumes, right? Is singing the last song from the inner soul, but faith to break the gloom of winter. The poet has made the agents of nature a messengers of death and pessimism. So, nature has been used as messengers of death and pessimism, and thrush as somebody who will break this. The wind is its death lament, the sound of wind. Now everywhere there is darkness, gloomness, because Victorian age is going. Victorian age is believed to be, which was believed to be the golden age for poets, is now going. The ancient pulse of German birth was shrunken, hard and dry. The cry of winds is like soul of death, and seeds contain germinating saplings. So here, this entire thing of germination and birth, all the concepts are going, are becoming nothing. Yet the poet wants to believe that old thrush is trying to symbolize a future full of some best. So at the end, there is a symbolism, because the old thrush is the sound which it is producing. It is symbolizing a future full of some blessed hopes, right? Right. And the coming of spring season is like that, and have way for the emergence of a new world order, right? So we can say that this poem demonstrates a transformation from pessimism to optimism. The pessimism due to the ending of Victorian age, nobody, poets, everybody was not very sure what is going to happen, how it is going to happen, and then towards optimism, which is modern age, which is the age of industrial revolution, what will happen, right? And new things, new equipments will be there, new inventions have occurred in all the aspects. So the world is going for a change. World is going for a change. And yes, the Darkling Thrush is announcing that change. That the old order has to make way for the new one. Right? Now this is how you need to do the question and answers of this chapter. I think I think some more question and answers. See the next one. This has been cut. This I will be sending it to you, and then this the C part. Now it is the befitting title, we all knows. Why is it? Because we will be discussing the meanings and then the use of all these things. So you can go through this answer and complete your work, right? I'm sure you enjoyed it as much as I did in making it. And until we meet again, it's a goodbye.